Hello, friends. This is Nicholas. DIVO-Ted Talks, Devoted Talks, whatever you want to call it. Did you think I was wearing it? That's for my YouTube watchers. So I am here in this corner again, still thinking, still talking. Excuse any noise you hear in the background. So I want to talk about something. I am actually holding a lanyard that I created, but I have tons of them. So when my dog got really sick, I was frenetic inside. I had a lot of feelings. I had a lot of challenges with accepting the fact that my companion of 14 years, or almost 14 years, was no longer going to be with me. It's a fact of life. It's sad, but still a fact of life that our companions don't live as long as we do, and yet we can still have the beauty of that moment. But at any rate, what happened was I started to take that energy of loss, that energy of grief, and I turned it into, effectively, something beautiful. I have created these things and I've played around and I've been willing to experiment. And so in my free time, or when I'm feeling extra frenetic or spun out, I do this. It calms me, but it also creates something beautiful. And like this one I'm holding right now, looks like a DNA strand, like a double helix with the connections in between. It's pretty fascinating. I was praised when I was at this event the other weekend because people were like, that's like next level talent to do that. And it felt really good to, one, receive that praise, but two, also recognize that my grief had suddenly become something that could be called talent. My grief became something that could be called beautiful. My grief became something in transformation, in transmutation, something to pour back into the world. And at first it was just for me, and yet now others are benefiting from it. So at my studio, I frequently say, hey, what are your favorite colors? And then I kind of figure out a design people like, and then I make them and I give it to them. And some of them feel compelled to give a love donation, which is perfectly fine because it helps fund buying the string to make it. But, for me, it was more about, again, calming myself down. And so it became a practice in and of itself to help me, take this frenetic, take this spun up, this challenging time in my life and pacify. And so, what other ways or what ways in your life are you potentially being destructive because you're not channeling that grief or that discontent or that, stormy feelings inside and letting it run a ruckus? Yeah, if you were to channel it, you could turn it into something beautiful, right? The hard part is that if you have to be told what to do to channel it, then it's probably not what will best heal you. In the last episode, I was talking about movement is the way. I started moving my hands, and the movement was the way to me feeling better and creating something beautiful with my grief. And so, is there something that gives you joy, or do you feel intuitively something that you could do that would feel better to do than not do, / is something that you could or get into? Like my grandmother used to make quilts and she loved making them for the family. They were awesome. Maybe you like to knit, maybe you like to cross stitch, maybe you like to build things, maybe you do stuff with clay and building pottery. Whatever it is, can you take emotions and move it in a direction that creates something beautiful for you and or for others? Perhaps it's through dance or movement, or maybe you like to entertain people when you're feeling really crappy, right? The biggest thing is to not be conditioned that I have to have this so that I feel better, but rather it is a productive use of whatever it is I'm experiencing so that, one, the world can benefit and I can get the relief that I seek, but not as a checking out, but rather a checking in. One of the most destructive things we can do is the compulsion to end suffering by cutting it off, by numbing it, by pushing it into the back corners and recesses of us. That's a surefire way to disease. And so, are there things that you could productively channel into your life or your way of being so that it is nothing but constructive, it's nothing but medicine, and it's not anything other than the best of the best for you, for those around you, and the world at large? My wish for you, friends, is to have you discover that thing that you can dial into or establish something so that when you get those emotions, you have a productive way to do it. You know, maybe you do crossword puzzles and you just love it because it feels good for you. And it's productive because you're not killing somebody or strangling somebody or yelling at somebody or making somebody else suffer, right? Like, there's so many different ways you can conceive of the service of channeling these energies and moving it in a good direction or a better direction than destructive. So, life can be very hard. It can be beautiful, but it can also be a disaster in that same beauty. I wish you wisdom, that you can find something to bring beauty into the world. I'll show you another one of these things. And I wish you nothing but the best. Be well, be free.